What's going on, guys? This is Remy with Level 1 News, and I'm here to bring you another review from me, and this is from a LVLONE smartwatch. Now, I've done a review on a couple Android watches before, Fossil and Huawei, and a few others, and I even have an Apple Watch myself. But this one is a little different, and by different, it's not really. It's just more of like, you know, when you figure the line of Android Wear watches, normally what you would get different in terms of what's going on is its hardware for how good it runs the software, because they're all pretty much the same, and the aesthetic of the watch. So this one is D2 2002. That doesn't really mean that much. It just, this is the actual watch, and for anyone that's seen me wear the watch, is actually one of my favorite watches so far, just because of the style and everything on it. So this is the watch. It's gonna be a little bit hard to see with the light and stuff, but I'll take it off in a second. So this is how you can see it. Nice actual band, leather band on it and everything. So this is the actual watch, and obviously I have some accessory stuff because I roll like that when I wear my watches. I'm very much a watch person. So, and this is the watch. So really nice watch. As you can see, it actually has a little bit of wear on it, and you know, I actually wear it pretty frequently with some other watches. So I will say that about the band, it's not exactly, you know, the best in terms of it's long lasting. I'd say about a good 6 months, maybe a little less, and then it's kind of deteriorating a bit. But I guess it depends on how much you wear it. You know, I don't think you should be wearing this probably every day. So I switch this up with a few other watches, and you know, as the wear that it does, it's not terrible, and I can kind of just go to a watch store and get it done again, so it's not bad. But yeah, this is the watch, and like most or all Android watches, you know, you get, you know, your different faces. This has like a little HUD display, so that's a little bit different in terms of what you're getting. You're not gonna see it right away, but like when it starts to go dim, you could do it, and like when you tap it, and it gives you another set of information. I had a little weird glitch happen before. It's not a big deal, and that was mostly on me. But nice looking watch, big face, nice for a guy's wrist. Women like to use it like this too. It's not even bad. Gives you your notifications. Can change your watch faces. That was the HUD stuff. Could change. Oh yeah, you can, for certain faces that you have on, you could put, see, I'm getting like notifications already. You could put different things, different times, weather, and everything else, and that's pretty cool. You know, you'll have all your options on, you know, what you want to do, and it has a lot of customization. Actually, I like the face that it has now, that it's like this multi-weird color. It looks blue right now, but it changes like to red and green and stuff depending on where, you know, you kind of turn the watch. But normally, like all the Android watches and stuff, gives you your heart rate stuff, tracking burning calories, counting steps, give you your information, and it pretty much feeds you your information from your smartphone onto this. It does have a microphone and stuff like that, so you can talk to text, or like record like a voice memo and stuff like that. Like the more that the software ends up, you know, advancing a bit, the watch will be able to do, because it does have some good hardware. It is rated IP67 for water resistance, so you know, you could take like a shower with the watch if you forgot it on, if you forgot that you had it on, and just like splashes and probably a quick submersion in water, it'll be fine. I haven't done any of that real testing because I'm not gonna do that, but it works. You know, figure from their page and everything else, and from tests that I've seen, like, you know, in other places. So that works really well. Yeah, so the way I was saying, the P2 2002 is the actual like kind of like model number. It is a full guard watch, so there is the actual name for the watch. And I love the black face for this, and the brown band. There's another Fossil watch that I have that's kind of similar, and I have like this other Huawei watch, and even the Moto. This is one of my favorite watches. Aesthetically, it's really nice. You know, it's a diesel watch, so it just It has that branding going on, and it just looks cool. So it looks really good on you. You know, like it's a pretty powerful like smartwatch on its own. So you'll get everything that you need in terms of the systems and stuff like that. And see, I can get very distracted and just start looking through my messages because they kind of just come up very frequently. But you know, the stuff that it does when in terms of just tracking, even with this fitness stuff, is the Google Fit that's in here. So like if you go to a certain section, then you'll see like the Google Fit, and that's with tracking from everything from running, biking, heart rate stuff, how many calories are being burned. All that stuff is being recorded on that, which is very cool. You know, there's people that like the Fitbit stuff out there, but I like, you know, watches that look like watches, and then they actually have the functionality of smartwatch stuff, which you could do hybrids, but I love the full-on like smartwatch that Diesel is able to take on. And they actually have quite a few watches, which is just interesting. Like I was, you know, seeing, you know, some of these bigger companies that make like real watches, well that make conventional watches, and they've been tackling the smartwatch world. And I feel like Diesel, with their LVLONE, which is, you know, like the overlay software that's on here, so they have their own smart faces and stuff like that. I think that works pretty well with this. I actually really like their smartwatch, their smartwatch faces versus other places that I've seen like the actual like software for them go. And I would prefer that. If I could put that into other watches that I have, I probably would do that all the time. So that's something to take note. Another cool thing to take note, and I'm actually gonna have to take off the watch again. And don't mind the little wear and tear that I have on it. But if you can see what's going on here, these are like there's the dials and stuff like that that's happening. I don't know if that's gonna see. So like I have the dials that's happening there. These dials actually work, and I remember old smartwatches that the dials did not work. They turned, but they didn't actually work at all. So not sure how new that is, but for this it works. And then even these two, these have their own function too. So this will pretty much be able to split on what you want on screen at all times, or like to put on the do not disturb right away. And then the bottom is the actual like Google Assistant, and the Google Assistant stuff works pretty well, which is one of their newer features on this thing. So like if I pull that, then it's gonna start pulling up recommendations, watch faces. It's all like information that's on that you need for the actual smartwatch itself, and then you can pull up Google stuff right away. So really cool. Each button works, so they're not just for show. And then even the turning dial for the button works itself too. So that really works well. I'm glad that it does, because I had other watches that didn't, and it was just like I would fidget with it knowing that it didn't do anything, but it's always better that it actually functions. So that's really cool. While I could swipe, you know, if you have a really clean, like you just clean the face, I'm not gonna touch it. I'd rather dial it just a bit before I have to actually touch it. So pretty good. Overall, I would say, like I said from the beginning, one of my favorite smartwatches, and I've used quite a few of these. I think if Diesel and the whole brand of like Diesel and Fossil and stuff like that just makes aesthetically good looking watches, and then just puts that smartwatch flavor into it, which is pretty much the whole thing. So I mean, if they just have a good face, good bands and stuff like that, I mean, why wouldn't they sell? The software needs to be better on Android watches. I don't think there's just too much out there for you to like scream like, oh, I need like a smartwatch. Notifications and stuff is great. It just needs to do just a little bit more. We're just not like there in terms of everything your watch can do with your phone, or vice versa, or even separate. So, you know, that has to sort of get into a place where, you know, that's comfortable all the way around. But for what it does, and that's more of a software limitation, that has nothing to do with the, you know, like Diesel's watch or anything itself. So what this watch can do, what the software has, is great. And then the watch itself looks great. Not only that, but the battery, not too bad either. I'd say a full charge, I'm running on like a day and a half. That's at most. I would say like a day and a quarter if I just like had it on the whole time. I'm pretty good about like turning it off sometimes. If not, like it's on and then I can kind of just charge it the next day, but I'll get to work and everything and it's still like kind of on. So it's pretty good about in terms of battery. You know, there is some low power mode stuff without having the screen on and stuff that'll last you longer. But you know, with the watch face on all the time, it'll last you like a day and stuff like that, which is not bad at all. So there's that. I would say that yeah, this is a great watch to have. I've had this thing die a couple times where I didn't mind that it was just a dead watch on my wrist, just because I thought the piece of hardware here, just like the way it looks and stuff like that physically, is great. Just to kind of have on. I like watches. I'll have accessories with them, and it still just looks like I have like a watch on, and you just can't see the face that well. So it's not worried by looking like too much like a smartwatch. That like if it's not on, you literally have nothing going on, and it's just like a band or something. So you don't have to run into that trouble, at least for me. This is the Diesel On Full Guard P2 2002 smartwatch. Great device. Hope Diesel makes more. Definitely looking forward to checking out more of what they have, the Fossil branding, what they have, and seeing what's going on in the future. Definitely recommend this watch and other Diesel watches because they actually do look really good. So if you like this video, comment on it. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want us to review. If you want us to review more smartwatches and stuff like that, definitely let us know. This is Remy with Level 1 News, signing out.